All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We always start by giving all praises and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this is Ratazah once again. With me today, I have...
And the brother Anah.
Right, and we have another article. We're going to do a video on through the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Of course, dealing with prophecy. That's what we're pushing out. We've been pushing out, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down to the rest of the brothers. All right, and as you can see, the headline of this article, which is from Russia Today. All right, it says major Chinese banks ditching U.S. dollar to prop up domestic currency. All right, and this basically goes into Bible prophecy for those that may tune in and don't know that the scriptures prophesied of a so-called collapse of the economy, man. With the so-called U.S. dollar is is being devalued day by day. You got these different nations that once was using and trading with the U.S. dollar, now they're starting to pull away, man. And it's pretty much putting America and its currency basically on the island, so to speak, because they know that is about to collapse, man. And that's basically prophesied in the scriptures. And I'm gonna just read an excerpt, and then we're gonna get into a few scriptures. It says China's state-owned banks have reportedly been buying U.S. dollars in forwards on behalf of the central bank and immediately selling them on the spot market for yuan to support the domestic currency. All right, and that story I think broke out probably about a month ago, where they established the petro yuan. Man, they're gonna start pushing and putting their focus on that, and they're pretty much basically turning their back on the dollar, man. Because they see it is constantly being devalued, it's worthless. And that goes with that scripture too, where it says every man shall turn to his people. That goes with that too. Everybody is pretty much just keeping everything home base, and they're basically forsaking America, man. I'm gonna read this one part. It says PBOC deputy governor and head of the foreign exchange regulator Pan Gongshang said China was confident it could keep the yuan basically stable and at a reasonable level. You see, so they putting their focus on the yuan, man. All right, which is basically a currency used in China. All right, so China is basically saying, "F y'all, man. F this dollar. We gonna buy it. And basically sell it on the back end to help boost our currency, man. So basically, in a nutshell, America's finished, man. And this is only the beginning. The dollar's gonna continue to be devalued. All right, and it's gonna lead to the ultimate economic collapse, man. You want to add anything before we get into the scripture?
I was just saying today, there was an article about the United States placing tariffs on China, and then China retaliated. So
Yep.
Once you start getting into trade wars, they actually start turning into real wars.
Mm-hmm. That's right, man. So everything is intensifying and escalating to that ultimate point, man, which is, like the brother says, going to lead to the actual war, man. So you can get that scripture real quick. Zephaniah, I believe it's chapter 1.
Yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
Right. So now, when you research this particular time period in Zephaniah, when you look up the fish gate, that represents a particular area where they had basically like a fish market. All right. In the ancient times, even today, fish is a very viable part of the market and the economy. But back then, they had an actual a merchant for fish. All right, where they would trade and do things with fish. So that was basically the economy, man. It said that there would be a cry from the fish gate, which the fish gate today will represent your economy. Your so-called stock market. Your Wall Street, your banks, and all of that. All right, and it says what? It says a great crashing from the hills, man. Hills represent your various governments It's no coincidence that they call it what? Economic collapse or crash, man. Or the so-called economy crash. Because that was going on back then. The economy of the market crash, man. Go ahead.
At verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and they shall bear silver, and they that bear silver are cut off.
Right, and Maktesh, like we bring out, was the city of merchants. Like today you have like your Wall Street, with the stock market and all that. Basically they deal with the economy, man. And it says what they should be cut down, and that's what you're seeing. Like the articles that we bringing out here, is showing you how the market and the dollar and everything as far as that is concerned is being cut down, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, and that trickles down to everyday people because there was a report a while ago saying 43% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their own bank account, and that could be more because you see how this trend is going in America, how they have all these low-paying jobs. All these other companies are going to like staffing companies. The wages are low, and people in America have to have 2-3 jobs just to survive. So it's gonna trickle down. It all goes to that saying, they're making the rich richer and the poor poorer.
That's right, man. That's right. And this is all the workings, the plans of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because whether you believe it or not, America is on a decline. It's on a rapid decline, man. All right, the people that's in this world that's caught up into what's going on, they don't see it and they don't realize it. All right, but there's certain people who the Lord is tapping into their minds and they seeing what's going on, man. So it says, a matter of fact, I think that was it on that. Something else. They say Isaiah 15.
Yeah, I want to read Isaiah chapter 19 because that's what it's going to trickle down to. Like these people in America, they just got done celebrating July 4th, and they don't read articles like this. They're too caught up in. The people are still having a hangover from July 4th, so to speak.
Yep.
All right, niggas are still calling off work. It's gonna lead into this weekend being a free fall and folly, but this is what's really going on, and it's gonna lead up into this because people don't pay attention until it affects their own households, so to speak. So this is Isaiah chapter 19, verses I'm gonna start at 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Now we count months ago we brought up this scripture because even your local drug dealer can't even profit in this economy.
Right. Yep.
Truck drivers, that industry is out the way. Even these NBA players, they're getting hundreds of millions of dollars, $200 million, $300 million contracts, but it's gonna cease. All that money is thrown out the window. You think they're gonna give a regular Negro a $300 million contract? That goes to show you that they're just printing money off the back end, printing money. That goes to show you that this economy is gonna collapse soon. The same thing happened in ancient Rome.
That's right. Yep, that's right. Go ahead.
So 15 says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. Now Egypt, you can precept that with Revelation chapter 11 and 8.
Yep.
All right, this is the spiritual Egypt. All right. Let me start from the top. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right, so there's not going to be any work here. The article that we're reading and the articles that we just mentioned about these different trade wars, there's not going to be any work here because you Americans are just consumers.
That's right.
America doesn't produce anything here. All right, it's nothing that America produces that's quality to these other nations. Everything is made in China. Yep. Everything is made in European countries such as Mercedes-Benz and BMWs. So that goes to show you that this nation consumes and they just buy, but they don't have anything to trade. So all these things are leading up to economic collapse, which will result in you everyday households in America not having any work.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Go ahead.
All right, it says,
Was that it? You keep going.
let me read 16.
Yep.
It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this land is going to be desolate, thus saith the Holy Bible, because America is going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear fire.
That's
So
right.
you're going to have all these tough guys or these guys who are in the military. They're going to be like unto women.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it's leading to. Cause
Yeah.
even before that, not to cut you off.
Go ahead. You got it.
To cut you. Basically, when economic collapse happens, it's going to be like in these movies, like this movie that's out now, The Verge. It's going to be all type of economic collapse. It's going to be every man for himself. It's going to be men out here robbing, looting, killing, and stealing. All right.
Yep.
That's why the scriptures say that Egypt shall be like unto women.
That's right. Yeah, man. That's why the scriptures say too. Just to back up the brother Anah, the scriptures say to store up your treasures in heaven, man. Where it say with moth and rust don't corrupt. We're not putting our trust into this so-called money, American dollar, because we see it's about to collapse, man. But the people out here, they put they put all their trust into it. So when it finally collapse, they ain't gonna have nothing to fall back on, man. They're gonna be through out here, man. The brother mentioned movies like The Purge and different things like that. Those things is in the spirit, because them things is prophesied in the scriptures, man. All right, about the uproars of the people, all out anarchy and chaos in the streets. Scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability in thy time, which we, through the spirit, we got the wisdom and knowledge, man, which is contained in the scriptures. And that's what we hold near and dear and put our trust and value in, man. Not no goddamn. Now we know, you need so-called paper money to get by Esau's system, but at the same time, hey, the scriptures say money is a defense, but then it says wisdom is a defense also, man. So we put more value in the wisdom, which is contained in the scriptures, man. All right, did you have something?
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 and 2. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right, and that's talking about Jake, man. Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans. Right, you taking on the covering of Esau, man. You call yourself African American, black, type of weird, bugged out names, and you basically forsaking the Most High, man.
Yeah, and they're the ones who really trust in this dollar system.
That's right. Yep.
We're the watchmen to tell you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that this dollar is going to crash. All right, because our people they don't read.
Right.
Our people don't read articles like this, so they're the ones who count on this money system. They're the ones who want to get the FRNs, like the brother said. You gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. Don't be simple.
Right.
But this is not what you trust in. You trust in the Lord.
That's right.
So verse 2 says that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
So like our people trust in this money system. Jake wants to say, 20 years from now, I'm gonna have my kids in college. I'm gonna build up my portfolio. I'm gonna get into the stock market. I'm gonna get some houses in real estate. I'm gonna build up that portfolio. I'm gonna have some renters. I'm gonna invest in silver and gold. But that's trusting in the shadow of Egypt. Right? These guys like Jim Rogers, they live in Singapore. They live in Singapore. They know what's going on. That's why they're not here anymore.
That's right.
All right, so that should be that should be an indicator, just like these articles that we keep putting out through the spirit, that there's going to be an economic collapse. So it says in verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, because you're going to be confused when this society collapses.
That's right.
You trusted in the so-called white man and his money system for so long, who has oppressors on the back of the dollar bill who've oppressed you for so long. And it's going to lead to your confusion, and ultimately it's going to lead up to you taking the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast,
That's right. Yeah. Ultimately, That's what it's going to lead to, man. You know, the collapse of the dollar, so they can bring in that RFID microchip, man, which the majority of you Negroes going to take, man, because you're not grounded in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. All right, and you basically don't know the scriptures, man. Revelation 13 tell you not to take the mark, man. You know, so that's basically what this whole thing is leading to, man. The collapse of the dollar, and Esau wants to establish his New World Order. All right, having that RFID microchip as his form of currency, man. He's gonna force everybody, like it says, what it say, both small and great, rich and poor. You know, he wants to enforce that on everybody to basically just come up under that banner, man. You know, you have scripture?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, we probably could. Let me see. Don't think there was any more in that article. Yeah, we probably could end it there. You know, through the spirit. You know, if we get to something else, you might. You know.
I got something else.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1.
Oh yeah, yep.
It says, "Remember now that thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." So this is the time to get where the getting is good.
That's right.
To get this word and stop playing around, because the evil days aren't here yet. Economic collapse is going to lead to, you know, all types of tension in the streets, man. Women are going to be damn near getting sold out here for a jug of water.
That's right.
You know, all you proud ass women, it's time for you to get in order.
Yep.
That's why we keep putting videos about women getting in order. All right?
That's right.
You got to understand the Most High's order, because, you know, there's a lot of women out here too. Not to go off topic, but there's a lot of women out here too that are stacking up guns. Or you got the so-called black woman who's anteing up the gun sales, thinking that's going to do something when Jacob's trouble comes. All right, it's going to be an evil time. Those guns are not going to save you.
That's right.
All right, the so-called white man has guns far beyond your reach, so you have to come back to your Creator, Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Because there's not going to be no pleasure in these last days. You know.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, like you said, if I could say, you said, yeah, you know, Jake putting their trust into these guns and stuff. I think the other, maybe last week I did a video on how, China, you know, China they creating a new gun that basically shoot out a laser and can light your ass on fire, man. So what the hell is a nigga going to do in that, you know? You ain't going to do nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's why you got to put your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, you know? You got a goddamn gun that could shoot a laser and light you on fire, man. You know? But you go ahead.
All right, verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Right, which is going into basically the work. Like the brother was going into earlier, I believe it was at Isaiah 19. The grinders represent the workers, all right, and the windows darkened, meaning these various businesses and facilities, you know, they going to have no business coming out of there, man. It's going to be dark. And that's pretty much America as a whole. America is going out of business, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a big ass a for sale sign on the front of America, man. You know,
because China pretty much owns the United States. All these other countries like Saudi Arabia, they have a large stake in America. And another aspect, you got companies like Sears going out of business.
Yep.
Toys R Us going out of business.
Yeah.
So this is only the beginning.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
It says, let me see. Verse 4.
Yep.
And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So we're at the last days. You know,
That's right.
the music sucks. All you people mourning over this XX Temptation guy like he was Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're at the last generation. The scripture in 2 Ezra 5:8 says, "Women shall bring forth monsters." This has to be the last generation, because
is it? Yep.
everything is just worse. This entertainment is worse. The NBA Finals was bad.
Yeah,
you know, everything. The women are bad. They can barely make a jug of concentrated juice from a can. Okay, so we're at the end. We're at the end, and it's imperative that you people hearken unto to these talking unto the prophets of the Lord, because they're telling you how to obtain salvation. But we understand that salvation is for the elect. So
that's right.
this is who this message is for.
That's right, man. You know, yeah, that's the point, man. We reaching out to the brothers, like the scripture say. The Lord said, "Where His sheep hear His voice." Mm-hmm. It's another scripture that says, "He that is of the Most High heareth the Most High word." So we ain't in the business of trying to make you get it, man. We just putting out there in its raw, in its truthful form, and whoever the word lands on, so to speak, that get it, hey, you was meant to get it, man. The rest of y'all could, hey, man, do what you do, man. Mm-hmm. Through the Spirit, we want to continue to, prophesy, put the information out, and edify the sincere brothers, man, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, So I think that was it. You had nothing else, So with that, we just wanted to bring that information out to you brothers. Lord willing, that was edifying. All right, so we're gonna end giving all praises and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekak Wadash. All right, until the next lesson or video. Shalom.
Shalom.